Hello and welcome to another macro video. Today we're looking at using macros for editing PDFs, although in a way that is a bit of a misnomer because you can't actually use macros to edit PDFs, but you can use macros when you are editing PDFs. And the point there is that you can use macros to increase your speed and you can increase your rate of catching errors by using macros. Okay, this video is sort of a follow-up from one I did in June 22. There's the URL if you want it, but you can easily Google macros for PDF editing and find it that way. So today what I want to do is to give you a few more practical details. What's the principle? Well, basically, as I say, you can't edit a PDF within Word, but what you can do is to load the PDF into Word and then use the Word files so that you can run analysis macros, things like dockerlyze, propernounlyze, spellerlyze, that sort of thing. And having done that, you can use that information to prepare or to help to prepare your style sheet. And what you also do, what I do, is to prepare what you might call a changes file. In other words, it's the original of the document, but with highlighting on it, where the changes that we need to make are highlighted, maybe in different colors. Then I'd go through and read the actual PDF, chapter at a time, and I would compare the changes compare with the changes file. Have I caught all the changes as I'm going through? I do that usually like a chapter at a time. Okay, so now let's have a look at some of the detail. I've got the details on a separate file. Here we go. So right, so the first stage is to get the PDF into Word. So you can either do it by copy and pasting from the actual PDF, and you can do that either as a simple paste, in which case it includes the formatting, or as a pure paste. Paste as pure text. So let's have a go. So we need the file that we're working on, the actual file, which I've lost. Here we go. Bring the new file in. So this is the PDF of the so-called book. So the first thing to do is to select all of the text with Control A or Command A and Control C to copy. This is just a dummy file that we can use. We've got it copied, so we can close that, create a new file and paste in a straight paste, and you get all the formatting. So that's one version we could have. Create another one, and this time paste as pure text, and so you just get the pure text without the formatting. And those two files could be useful in different ways during the course of the edit. Okay, so the other way of doing it is to actually open the PDF file from within Word itself. So I do Control O to open, and there's my actual PDF, the PDF file. So I just click open and it comes up. Obviously, depending on the size of the file, it could take a while to convert it, and you can see that it has made slight changes. Look, it hasn't quite got the formatting right there, but it gives you another form of the file so that you can use that and work on it and analyze it, etc. Now, when we're using the actual file, it's useful to have the page numbers highlighted or enlarged or something, so that as you're looking through, you're working on the PDF in terms of pages, and so for a given page on the PDF, you want to be able to relate that to a page in the Word file, and obviously the the formatting won't be the same on the Word file, so it's useful to have page numbers if you can. Well, it depends what you've got. A job I did a while ago had a header on each page which looked something like that. At the beginning it was page I, as it were, of 393 III, all the Roman stuff, up to, I don't know, 15, 16, whatever it was, and then it started with the actual numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. So what we really want to be able to do is to say, sort of highlight that and maybe make it bigger so that it's more obvious when you're looking through the file to try and find it. So you can use, if you look at the way it's laid out, you can often sort of work out a way of doing a find and replace to highlight the bit you want. So what I've done here is I've said, well, okay, it's a number of 393, so it's 4 of 393. So my Fredit idea was to choose a digit or any of the Roman numerals, and one or more of those followed by of 393, because they're all the same in that way, and replace it with itself, but then you put a highlight on it, maybe that's got a font color as well, and you can increase the size or whatever. So, well, we can try that. So if I copy that and just put it in a file ready to use, then copy this bit, the actual, this is just a sample, so you can see the sort of thing it's doing. So copy that, just stick that in the file for now, and then run Fredit. So run Fredit from a keystroke, and there you go. So it's done that. And okay, this bit's distracting, so what we can also do is to get rid of that, and they're all actually the same in this one. So you can get rid of 393 September blah blah blah. You can get rid of that. So you can add another line to your Fredit list. You can add, wherever it is, oh, that's the actual list. Where's my notes gone? Notes, here we go. It's here. So I've got a second line here which says of 393 blah 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 blah, and there's the replaced by, replace with nothing. So that'll just delete the other bits, and you'll end up just with the number there without any of that lot. So that's quite useful for locating the bits that the page numbers as you're working your way through. Okay, so we've got the what I've called the all text colored file, and we now run the analyses on the document, and that's where the pure text file comes in useful. Sometimes these on a complicated complicated formatting, sometimes some of the analysis macros can fall over, so the pure text file is quite useful for doing some of these analyses. I mean, certainly hyphenize and prop and analyze, all you're interested in is the actual words, so pure text is fine. Okay, so Dockerlize will give you information to help you update your style sheet. Hyphenize, again, you can add your decisions to the style sheet. The only thing to watch there with Hyphenize is that when you have a PDF, it will have some of the words hyphenated over the end of a line. So that might be split over the end of the line, which is fine if it's an obvious word like that. But where it is a word pair that might be hyphenated or it might not, then the fact that there is hyphenation on the line end in the PDF can skew the count that Hyphenize makes. So you just need to bear that in mind. So, but you look at your Hyphenize list and see what changes, if any, you need to make, and you highlight those on the all text coloured. You may want to use different colours for things that you definitely want to change and things that you might want to change. So the idea is that if you apply a colour to the particular word, then if you apply it with highlight plus, suppose that's the word, I know it's not relevant, but so you apply it with highlight plus, then you use highlight same, and what that then does is it highlights all of the occurrences of that word through the whole document, and that's a quick and easy way to add the hyphenation colouring or any of the colourings to your all text coloured file. Okay, yeah, same again with proper and analyze, work out what are errors and what aren't, and then highlight them on the all text coloured. Word parallelize, same idea, and what else was I going to show you there? Yes, when you actually come to edit the file, you've got the all text coloured file, but it's sometimes quite useful to be able to think, oh well, hang on, what about this particular word? How is that hyphenated or whatever? And so you can use this hyphen space word count. So you just roughly click the word there, and then you run hyphen space word count, and it comes up with a count. So if we just copy that and then just pop it in there, you can see what it's produced. So it counts the number of times it's there as a whole word, or a spaced word, or a hyphenated word, or maybe a dash, or maybe even a slash. So that gives you that's just useful sometimes while you're working. After each chapter, look through, and then you're just saying you're comparing what you've changed on your PDF with what the coloured bits are on the all text file, and see whether you found them all. It's quite useful to be able to go quickly through the highlighted areas by using find highlight down. So that's you can jump from highlighted word to highlighted word. So what I also do is I do it a chapter at a time. So when I get to the end of the chapter, having checked the PDF versus the all text file, I then put a temporary bookmark in so that I can jump to that bookmark when I've done the next chapter and want to start at the end of that chapter and the beginning of the next chapter. Nearly there. Just a couple of technicalities that I've noticed on occasion, which might help in some cases. There can be differences between the PDF as loaded and the copy and pasted version, and that's particularly so if, like me, you do work with technical stuff and you have PDFs created by LaTeX. And you can get, and it may happen on other files, not just LaTeX. I certainly had one job where the version from the PDF, where it was just loaded from the PDF, it lost the accented characters. So Muller, Poincaré, Theory, which is a French word, and Carla, the characters had gone, the accented characters. In the copy and paste, they were sort of there, but they were there in with these sort of special with these odd character combinations. But obviously, you could use Fredit, use a bit of a Fredit list to change those to the proper accented characters if you wanted to. And one thing I also noticed was that when there are figures in the document in your PDF, if you load the PDF straight into Word, then the figures are actually loaded as figures, which is nice. However, I discovered that on the one I was working on, when it does the copy and paste, it actually pulls the labels off the figures and doesn't give you the figures. It just gives you the text from the figures, which in this case was quite useful because I spotted that the word transmitted there. And the fun thing was that it was an edition 2 of a book, and in edition 1 that was the same figure with a transmitted. I do like this job. It's great fun when you spot that sort of thing. Okay, that's it for now, and I hope you find that useful. Do feel free to ask if you've got any questions. Bye for now.